Alright. Oh god. Oh, whoa, ho, 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 ho. Oh, that op 4 ping. Alright, let's see. I think we're good. Thank you, Malin. I'll be making those changes because I just make based off of what you people tell me. Alright, hopefully that's gonna be enough. At least I can hope and pray, but, well. It'll fall on deaf ears. Alright, that should be everything good there. Your late server cannot handle 120 players. Gotcha. I think everything's good on my end. We're going to see roughly a 50 versus 50, I believe. We're just waiting for everything to get sorted here. But otherwise, we'll be covering this, and then we'll have Karma Cut's operation tonight. It's coming back to me. It's, what? A Cherno op. And then I gotta get content uploaded because I tried uploading last night and it didn't upload, which is why we have no uploads on the VOD channel today, but something went live on the main channel. I gotta finish getting stuff sorted because my drive is about to fill up, so... I think after the Karma Cut op, I'll just be doubling down on footage editing and then maybe some real late-night mission dev, but we'll see how things go. Oh, you found my corpse in DayZ? Yeah, which one? I think there were 5. Here, let me actually hit the magic button here. How many corpses were there? Yeah, there were 5. So, don't worry about it. But we'll be back on that server tomorrow. I was thinking of doing an event, but I might just cancel it and instead have everyone run around because the server can't handle a lot of the fun custom stuff. So... yeah. Whatever, I'll do some testing tonight, and then I'll make an announcement of either, hey, this is what the event is, or hey, I can't do the event because the server, a lot of the fancy stuff can't be handled on the server at the moment, so. Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we? I know, a few of my other friends are working on a DayZ server. I don't think it's the DayZ server's fault. I think it's just the mod with everything. It's either Havoc being Havoc or the mods being weird, so we'll see how things go. The Karma op is in 3 hours, which should give me enough time to go everything. In Dwarves, it was fine. It was just a picture of a Humvee next to a bridge, right? That's how you want to tease it, bro. Tease it. Scum as in what? The business term? Or isn't that scrum? Ah, God, I don't really want to remember my time in college, though. With the city in the background burning? Oh, I didn't even notice that part. Then again, I look everywhere. But I have actually not tried the game Scum. I've been too busy. I've been busy doing a lot of things, to be perfectly honest. Life is hectic. Which is weird because I feel like I should be having more free time right now based off of my current situation, but nah. I guess I just choose to keep busy. do have to add foxes to the spawn list, though. And I guess wolf cups to the spawn list as well. And I'm probably not going to do a 50 wolf special again, because that was just hellish. It was funny, though. Yeah, I know, there's also bear cubs. I saw that. I think that's actually on the menu, but... yeah, just some revisions for tomorrow's streams, and it'll go from there. But I think that also means we can stream at any time, because it's just some of the weird stuff that causes the server to go kaplooey. Yeah, we'll see, Fresno. Any news on the event, Tilonos? I was just talking about it. I'm not sure if we'll be able to have one, because half of the stuff that I would spawn seems to cause people to disconnect. So I think we need to give it a few weeks for things to be fixed, and then we can do events. But I might just shift the events themselves into being, like, area finding. And then we can have a limited spawn list. Again, I'll figure it out tonight. But, again, we're kind of... we'd be cutting it close at this point, but we'll see how things go. We'll figure it out. And hopefully this will get started soon. It's only 2 rounds, so I will be able to go and make the 8 o'clock for Karma, but we're cutting it close, and I think that's just because they're trying to get everything figured out here. But what do I know? I'm just the streamer. But I hope you're all having a wonderful evening. Again, we'll probably do 2, again, maybe 3 streams if I can stretch it, but I think I'm going to be absolutely full on space for my stuff, so unless I get these PvP edits out ASAP, I'm probably not going to have the room. Speaking of, let me go ahead and set some stuff up here. Setting up my timestamp writer there. And we'll see how things go. But I also am in the process of trying to front log all my stuff till the end of the month and at least, you know, get back in the groove of having things announced 2 days in advance to my ops, because for a few weeks it wasn't the case. So we'll see how things go. Let's actually have a look here. Looks like everyone's set. I guess I'll set up the prediction now for round 1, so one moment. Just make sure I'm getting all my details right. Yeah, alright. Alright, cool. Is there going to be a co-host with me tonight? No. So originally Dream was going to do the first round with me, but now they're saying rip Dream. What happened to Dream? No, he's still in there. Alright, cool. He was going to cast with me for round 1, but then Patriot came up here and said he needed him to actually play to help even out the numbers, so it's just going to be me solo casting. What do you mean by that, Razor? Like DayZ-wise, or what? And Russians must hold the last military base. Okay. Interesting. So again, we're kind of just making up everything as we go along for now, and hopefully we'll get front logged with everything. But there's so many fronts right now that I'm juggling, and even though I look behind in some areas, I'm much further ahead in others, and it's got to keep it going. Why was it? Whatever. All right, Blue Force spawning towards the south. We're going to have them coming up on the northern side. There are two sectors, one in a little military complex and the second in the center of a forest with a little built-up cop position on a hill. Up for multiple different spawn positions around here. We have these massive open fields and multiple lakes around the actual base defense area. Yeah, I would not be surprised if we saw Blue 4 do something like that. Or something like come around here, cross that bridge there, because they intentionally left that there and then went out for that. I also wouldn't be surprised if we saw Op Force send forces to hold the bridgehead here to lock down this open area, and then forces to go hold that bridge right there, because these open areas are going to be very, very easy to set up Overwatch forces on. Op 4 could play this very reactively, or they can just play purely on defense. The issue is they only have about 50 guys, so two of them are BTR 80 alphas, though, so sending the 80 alphas on the wide flanks also might not be a bad call. Because if you send one down on the lefts and push, and then one on the right, and then have it go for that bridge and then come around and loop, you're maximizing your chances of finding the enemy. Because the only other thing they'd be doing at that point is going through the center, and then the 80 alphas can just come around and flank. And you just box them in on the open fields. Yes, I did, Dream. I hope you have fun on the ground. Daisy 1.23 should be dropping. Fair enough. Well, let's see what else it breaks. Because I swear, I think a DayZ update has broken a few of the mods, Razor, because it's the behavior's so weird. But who knows? Maybe I've just lost my sanity at this point. But Dream, let's see, you're going to be on Blue 4. The best strategy Blue 4 could do is, in all honesty, just a wide convoy. Maybe have one of the... because, let's see, Blue 4 has access to 2 LAV-25, so one of the LAV-25s needs to be reconning for the convoy, and the other one can be running side security. So if they were to go up the left flank, for example, you'd have the first LAV watching the flank, and the second one would be basically trailing forward and covering the route. If you were to go on the right side, LAV would basically watch the rear and then push up and then cover that bridge. And then the other LAV would be spearheading the convoy going around on the right, and then they'd do a dismount back here on that corner and move them in. But with an AO like this, when it's 50v50, you really need to stretch out your opponent. The defenders need to basically either fan out and find their opponent, or they need to set up a proper internal defense on the sectors. So they're either going to go all eggs in one basket on Sector 1, because that's the best one, because there's multiple lakes around it, there's Overwatch positions around it, there's a lot of great places they can put troops to pretty much lock down all these open areas and really only have to worry about the north. They could try to hold the forest, but that's going to really spread them apart over kilometers to hold this entire forest area, so that's just not really viable. Or they can just be aggressive and try to fan out, find Blue 4, and take them out. Blue 4, honestly, I can't believe I'm saying this, but a pincer also wouldn't be a bad idea. Send one force on the far right, one on the far left. And if Op 4 is trying to aggressively push forces out to intercept, they could go for one of the pincers and then leave themselves wide open, and the other pincer goes in. But at that point, the risk... Someone just dropped something. Would be, can the other half of the blue 4 element get into the AO before they're taken out? Plus, we do have a BRM on Op 4 in place, so I forgot they have a third armed vehicle, which basically has a 73mm cannon on, you know, it's practically a BM, it's a hybrid of a BMP-1 and a BMP-2. Alright, so blue 4, they've got a striker in play, and the striker here can actually turn out and disable 80 Alpha if it gets enough fire in it. You got the 2 LAVs, and then look at it, we actually have a lot of 50 cal Vics here. And we got some SOCOM Vics in play. Wow, so that's a lot more than was listed. I mean, those SOCOM Vics could also lead. It's just the only thing they would have to worry about is running into the BRM, because 50 cal, it can do a little bit of damage to the BRM, but not much. But with all the Vics being armed, that could definitely help out. But anyway, let's go ahead and go over our mission details here and get everything covered. Alright, so Kiri's going to be command for Blue 4. Seismo is going to be the platoon's medic. NASA is going to be Alpha's squad lead. Settler is going to be a marksman. Pogo going to be the medic for the group. Alpha 1 only has Timec. Alpha 2 has Kermit leading with Roland. Brazil, because some of the opponents are from Brazil. Very funny. And Depso. Otherwise, Patriot, we've got leading Bravo, Blazer being the marksman, Waldo being the medic, Ash leading Bravo with Hirana, Tackleberry, and Finney. Fresno leading Bravo 2 with Ilbanek Legend and Rocky JRT. Zoni going to be leading Charlie. Charlie has Korvac, Artisan, Puma, Daedalus, and Malin all together. Bats leading Delta with Norse as the medic. Voth and Deb are being the machine gunners. Iqbal and Barrington, I don't even know, are going to be the assistants, and then Kabubi Face and Harrington are just the medium machine gunners under Delta. Echo, which is the medium anti-tank weapons, going to have Nemesis leading Yanni gunning, and then Cullis and Finn are going to be the assistants. Nick and Carbine are going to be one vehicle crew, Sam, Lolo, and Alexander, the other vehicle crew. I'm assuming that's going to be for the LAV-25s. Over on Op4, they do not have anyone in command. Interesting. They've opted not to take leadership positions, and instead they're going to work as squads. Fascinating. So Norval's taking the marksman role under Alpha Actual, but otherwise, Hormatron is going to be leading Matt, Rabbit, Jungladero, Juana, I'm not even going to try, Daniel, and Biker all together. Alpha 2 is being led by Mendia with Vizard, Dark Meme, Chris, and Choke. Otherwise, Bravo 1 has Sentu, Cabo, and Alpha. Bravo 2 has Chuck leading Sovok, Cabo, Ons, Mar, and Riz. Charlie being led by Gerio, with Armino as a marksman. Jor leading Matiu, Marcos, and Rios. Under Charlie 1. I'm being cautious with these names here because I haven't read any before. Lobo in Charlie 2 leading Johnny, Bex, Kondo, Mateo, and Reynolds. Yeah, I took French in high school, not Spanish. Zendex leading Delta with Captain Sandia, as the 2IC. Happy Miller being the medic, Rennie being, I believe, an assistant, and Gaston being one of the machine gunners. Fasundo and Killer being the other 2 machine gunners in Delta 2. Echo has Miguel with Zahir being the gunner, and Shinx and Gallo being the assistants, Layden and Mario being one of the vehicle crews, and Nico and Eduardo, or no, just Edward, excuse me, being the assistants. Otherwise, this mission made by Sam. Background here is U.S. forces are attempting to push out the last remaining forces that once occupied the region. The Russians have been told to hold Vizibor until their defenses can have been moved further north, I think is what that thing means to say. Otherwise, the northern sector, there should be an N after that, is a small camp in the clearing. Notes, since the view distance is quite high, both sides have been given recon vehicles. Blue 4 was given a 1127 M2, which is a striker, has a powerful camera, and Op 4 is given the BRM 1K, which has a radar. The BRM has a radar in the commander seat, must be activated by using the scroll wheel and clicking the PSNR option. This function acts like a normal radar. The radar can be used can only spot moving Vix. Okay, so they can basically track where Blue 4's convoys go. Oh, that's hell. I mean, if that's the case, Blue 4 has no choice but to split their forces because Op 4 can just track them. Oh. My God. You live by the real village that Blue 4 spawned in IRL? That's nice. Mission rules for Op 4 engineers not allowed to build on the roofs inside Sector 1. The BTR-80 Alphas and BRMs are not allowed to be used as troop transport. Okay, that's fair. Otherwise, game mode here, it's sectors. So if the attackers ever have a number advantage in one of the two sectors, aka, let's say the defenders, in this case Op 4, have 5 guys in the sector, but Blue 4, the attackers, get 6 people in the sector, then a timer will start counting down. If no one's in the sector for the defenders and the attackers enter with 1 person, player Liru #1 hater SL Dream connected. I love it. Okay. If the number advantage is basically on the attacker side in the sector, a timer will start counting down. At the end of that timer, which I believe is 90 seconds, and the sector will be taken, and the defenders cannot retake the sector. If at any time the attackers lose the number advantage in the sector, the timer in the sector is paused and is reset upon the attackers regaining the number advantage to enter the sector. Otherwise, the attackers win once both sectors are taken, or they eliminate all of the defenders. Defenders win if they eliminate all the attackers, or at least keep 1 sector by the end of the 50-minute round. Otherwise, mission variables here, 2 kilometers of render distance, interesting. Defender fortified points are 125, so that's a standard for Friday Night Fights, and no magnified optics nor MVG equipment, so this is really favoring vehicle combat. I'm really surprised that they didn't put magnified optics on when they have a 2-kilometer render range, but alright. Hopefully we won't see the vehicles completely chew up the infantry, but, well, if yesterday was any tell after round 2, we'll just have to see. Medium anti-tank settings, Blue 4 is going to be a Maz, Op 4 is going to be an RPG-32. Both sides have a full mat team, so it's going to be 6 AT rounds per side, since we have 3 people and 3 people, and then, you know, the team leader to lead. Blue 4 uniforms otherwise going to be your army, multicam camouflage, so breaking it down, you got your platoon lead, platoon sergeant, squad leader, team leader, auto rifleman assistant, grenadier, grenadier IR that have the Hunt IR 40mm camera grenades, fire in the air, it parachutes down slowly, gives you a nice bird's eye view since it's literally just a camera. Machine gunner assistant, combat engineer has the choice of 4 different types of ordnance. You have 4 explosive satchels, 4 explosive charges, which you can throw like a grenade, and they have a nice big boom to it. It's like a super grenade, will do damage to vehicles and buildings and whatnot. Or you can have 2 explosive satchels, my personal choice, which are basically big explosive bags that you can only throw up to a meter, but they will completely destroy a building if it has a destroy texture, and it will do significant damage to a vehicle if you are able to get close enough. Really great for blowing up fortified buildings that are full of enemies. Otherwise, 2 other choices. You have 3 AT mines, which may or may not be useful. I've only seen them used, I think, 2 or 3 times. And then you also have 4 tripwire mines, 2 being HE that will kill people, 2 being flare, which will alert you to people. Otherwise, you have your light anti-tank, your medium anti-tank, 2 and assist don't matter, RI, RS, and SMP also don't matter, Blue Force DMRs, and Alpha Bravo and Charlie. Those are going to be the Mark 11. Then you got your crew leads, crewmen, pilots, medics, and your base kits. Otherwise, loadouts for Blue 4. Again, Blue 4 is going to be your FnF players for this round. Are going to be M16 A4s or M4 A1s, Glock 17s for their handgun, 249s for the light machine gunners, Alpha Bravo and Charlie. Medium machine gunners get the M240 Gulf. Light anti-tank is going to be single shot disposable AT weapon for Alpha Bravo and Charlie because Delta doesn't have any AT capability. And crew and aviation get the choice of an MP7 or an M4 A1. Not going to lie, probably leaning towards the M4 A1 because definitely more of an open map. You want more of a carbine rather than a submachine gun, in my personal opinion. Otherwise, Blue 4's Vics include 2 LAV-25s, 2 SOCOM Humvees. That's my designation for them because you have the M2, a side 240, and then a rear 240 to work with it. People can sit inside and hang on the sides, but they're very exposed. They've got 3 transport MRAPs, 3 of those same transport MRAPs, but they have M2s on them with 1,500 rounds of ammo. And then they've got this Striker Vic, which has the camera on it. And it also has a 50 cal up top and a lot of smokescreen ammunition. Woo. Otherwise, Op 4, we're going to be rocking the Army EMR camouflage kits. Loadout's going to be modernized AK-74s, either with Eastern optics with the UK railing or the Western optics with the Zentico railing, whatever they choose. Or they can be true professionals and take an AKS-74UN. 443 garage handguns for their secondaries. Light machine gunners get the RPK. Medium machine gunners in Delta get the PKP. Light anti-tank is going to be an RPG-7 with 2 warheads because it's reloadable. And then crew and aviation get the choice of a PV-2000 or an AKS-74UN. Honestly, again, map considered, I would take an AKS-74UN. Otherwise, their assets include 2 BTR-80 Alphas with only AP ammo. Looks like 100 rounds per. Looking at Blue 4, they get 140 rounds per 2 mags, so a little bit of an ammo boost for the attackers. That's fine. They have a BRM, which appears to only have the PKT. So they took away its main gun. So it is literally just meant to be a scout vehicle with its radar system so it can detect where the enemy convoy is coming from. All right, that's fair. And then you've got a standing and sit-down cord static. Both are going to only have 250 rounds. Honestly, just keep those at the sector and you'll be fine. Otherwise, we already shouted out everyone's names. I'm going to go ahead and lower my camera here. And I'm actually going to be back in 1 minute. I don't have any water, and I'm definitely going to need water while I do commentating. Otherwise, I'm going to die up here. So I'll be back in a minute. Don't burn the chat now. Alright, we're back. Why is Shot on fire? Pierce is not commanding this round. Don't know if he's even here. I didn't even see him. Alright, got 2 minutes remaining. Blue 4 is taking practically every vehicle. Echo Horn taking one to SOCOM Vix. 1 minute remaining. Op 4 are starting a small group on the ridge. Otherwise, they're planning to keep some internal security. And some security spaced out. So they're giving Echo to the, they're giving the BRM to Echo. And I don't see any side security either. No one's going to focus on defending this position, which I agree with. This is hell to defend. Focus on the area over here. Putting my render distance at maximum range because I think the maximum range I can do is 2 kilometers. We'll just have to see how this goes. So, hope you're all doing A-okay. And the round has officially begun. Alright, so blue 4 deploying a massive convoy here. The LAVs are still back here. So they're gonna not move the LAVs with them, and instead we're going to see the Striker leading the convoy out on the left. Alright. Yeah, right on, Mandalore. You have any predictions for yourself on who's gonna win? No. I'm gonna be honest, the only time I've seen Arma South America do stuff was an internal fight where they did 2 rounds for the Falklands War, and it was inconclusive because both sides that they divided between their communities won, and they basically mirror matched it. So with that, I don't really have any predictions here because I don't know how they're going to perform against these guys. Oh, so it looks like they were fixing something with the LAVs, because, yeah, I don't know what that's about. So he probably still had HE ammo in them or something, so... Ain't that funny. Alright, so Op4, they're opting to do just a very wide defense here. And they're utilizing the radar on this VRM. To go search for other elements here. They're going to be going off on the left flank, and then we've got a single BTR-80 Alpha watching over here. Alright. Otherwise, this military base, again, you got the forests right to its north. There's still a bit of an open area they can lock down, but these structures specifically can be really tough to crack. But the actual capturable AO is this little block that they've also fortified a perimeter around. And this little entrance they've made. Let's see, you can get in through this position here, which you can blow up. You can also blow that up. I think all of them are blow-upable except for the bunkers, but it's a very nice internal perimeter that they've made. I can commend them for that. And you got these little dump sites over here. But now we just kind of have to wait this out, so we'll see how things go. It's going to take at least another 10 minutes or so for Blue 4 to do maneuver. More around 5, actually. Timek has slipped out of the Humvee. And I guess he's running. He might be running a while. Let's see if the LAVs come and pick him up. So this indicates to me they're all going for the same place. Because if a vehicle later in the convoy can just pick them up, then that definitely means they're all just heading to the same area, because otherwise that Vic would have immediately turned around and tried to grab them. Command's veered off over here. Looks like one of the vehicles made the wrong turn. I wonder what the range is of this. But even then, if it's only a handful of kilometers, but yeah, no, they got one of the BTRs on the flank, one of the BTRs forward, the BRM on the far side, but that's with their Echo. So they're literally just setting up a massive border here. The real trick is going to be how are they going to then react when one of those sides takes contact. Are they going to hold things thinking there might be a pincer? Or are they going to immediately start folding things over? And you actually see over here that they brought the static over. I know I saw a static symbol there briefly. Yeah, there it is. So good spots. It's like one of the MRAPs just got flipped over. And they just reset her. LAVs are now in. Now the slight concern I have is they are going to end up driving right into where Echo's sight lines are. But I guess better to have their enemy, the enemy MAT team in front of you, which is more easy to manage, than harassing you on the rear, which is a lot harder for them to find. But I'd imagine Blue 4 is probably going to do their dismounting in here somewhere. Do a crossing right here, supported by vehicles. And then go and take the northern sector and then push to the southern sector. So we could see Op4 push forces through the forest to try to stop them. Or just set up positions to potentially engage the flank. But again, this forest is pretty massive, so Op4's smartest thing to do would be to try to have the armed vehicles come around and harass the Blue 4 push from the southern side and just redeploy the infantry around the base itself. Yeah, maybe like a SOCOM Vic and an LAV on the other side to harass, but keeping all the forces together also has its merits. Plus, it's less for the commander to manage. So you're seeing some forces dismount here, which shows me they're going to probably... They're expecting there to be an Op4 defensive line somewhere here, which is why they're pushing their forces here. So we can then see them come around and then assault, and then from here they might be able to cover the areas for the rest of their infantry to come in. Personally, I think a single squad could have done that, escorted by one or both of the LAV-25s. Especially, yeah, just put the LAV right here, and you can get great overwatch, and then you can just trickle it left or right. So I'm a little against how much of their infantry they're putting there, because they only have one squad on the southern side, so this just leaves too many avenues for Op4 to counter it. That being said, Op4 doesn't really have any way to see that force, so it's going to be on the BRM Vic to detect. So the radar is facing direct forward and then a little to the left here. So the issue with that is that it's... Oh. Let me confirm that real quick. Yeah, interesting. Now, that could just be my camera bugging out, because the commander might be able to turn that accordingly. Yeah, I think that was just it being bugged, because I think they detect the command vehicle coming up. So now they're opening up suppression and they're folding their forces back. So I want to see how long it's going to take to see other forces fold in. I think they only detected the one vehicle. I think the only thing that's concerning me at the moment is the timer. 40 minutes is a lot of time, don't get me wrong, but knowing how FnF plays have gone in the past, 10 minutes to maneuver, the shots are going to slow them down because they're going to play this incredibly cautiously. How they're going to get these guys into the forest is a bit of a mystery, because they're going to have a lot of pressure from this side. You can already see where some of the machine gunners are setting up. This is just going to be a race to see how long it takes for Op4 to commit and realize Blue 4 is only coming from one direction, and how quickly Blue 4 can get in the northern forest. You know, White Shark, that one I don't know. But I'd imagine this thing's probably going to be scanning over here to see if there's anything else moving up. Alright, so you got vehicles now poking out, doing a little bit of overwatch from where they can, but it's limited because they already have friendly forces coming up. I'm curious if this is a branch of Op4 Delta. No, it's a rifle squad because that's an RPK gunner. But we do have a Delta medium machine gunner here, so they've definitely folded a lot of groups together. Yeah, Deb's trying to find a spot where he can get good overwatch and his hand isn't blocking his line of sight. Yeah, Dream decided to give himself a very interesting name for this round. If I find him again, I'll show it to you. You know, I'm sure it's somewhere around here. We'll find it. Make sure you cast a Curse Dream. Actually, I want to cast a Curse Patriot. But that's for other reasons. Me reasons. There it is, yeah. FR is naked. So Op4 is reforming a defensive line in the forest itself. 35 minutes. I just really don't see how they can, if they really are thinking they can bump up through these patches of tree line, and then what, use this to slinky in? Because the only other thing would be bumping over here, and that's just, from the map POV, that's suicide. Especially when we don't have that many vehicles down here to cover, everything's up here. But yeah, no, they're remounting and going around, so I don't... There's a lot of force here. Like, Delta I would understand being here, Echo I would understand, but the entirety of Bravo should be pushing with Alpha and Charlie on that side. Tonight should just be 2 matches. Yep, and then we'll have a small intermission, and then around 2 hours from now, we'll have COG. I don't know if they're starting at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock tonight, though. So, either way, we'll get it done. Well, Op4's already been redistributing their manpower, though. But again, my fear is, by the time we start seeing contact open up, we're going to be possibly at the halfway point of the match, which means Blue 4 is really going to have to hustle. But the more time that is spent on the maneuvering, the more time Op4 is going to have to realize that this is where the main attack is coming from. You can see they have a lot of reserves to shell up. We already see an 80 Alpha being repositioned to go look on the western side. And then Op4 has also done something interesting. They only have small little picket teams in play. And normally that would suck, but because of how choked the routes for Blue 4 are going to be, these small picket teams can actually do a really good job holding down a small area. The weakness of picket teams would be if you're like in a thick forest, they can't stop, you know, a massive squad coming towards them, or against, you know, an up-armored vehicle, and they don't have the means to take it out, or they have a thing of light AT, which, you know, may or may not hit it. It's not a good guarantee. But here, picket teams are going to be very effective. Gamma 2 engaging, that's one of the LAVs. Firing rounds at an AT team. At that range, AT would not have hit. Its maximum range, I think, is 700 meters, and that is a little over a kilometer. We have the vehicle with them, but now we've got parts of Bravo now crossing on the southern side. Moving east. Opening shots take Blazer out. I'm gonna be honest, this is just gonna be a lot of stall. It's gonna stall the southern advance. Northern advance gonna continue. They have to break off to take Sector 2. That prompt is gonna probably push everything to come around. Up-armored vehicle is gonna start checking the wide flank to see if anything's coming. That's gonna take them only a few minutes, and after that, Op4 is gonna pull everything back to form a perimeter around Sector 1. Oh, now you got an LAV moving up danger close. that picket team doesn't have any AT capability. They are still outside of RPG range, though. Where did that BTR-80 Alpha... Okay, so it's coming in. Looks like the guy that pulled Blazer back was killed. That was Waldo. Surprised the LAV isn't assisting at the moment. It looks like it's trying to push into position. So this is all inconsequential, as I said. Oh, no, look at that. Friendly fire never is, right? Yeah, get on Blue 4. Come on, Rocky. He's gonna GL him. Let's hope your aim's bad. Oh shit, that was close. Oh, now he's got more people engaging him. Oh, here comes another one. Oh, that one was short. Come on, Rocky, you're gonna have to do better than that. He's assisting him by giving him friendly grenade. I guess he knew that Blazer didn't want to be here and decided, hey, buddy, let me help you out and just blast you with the 40mm real quick. Speaking of blasting, looks like one of these guys has gone down. That is CB over here. Yeah, his head's kind of turned a little... Aw, he's cold. He's shivering a little bit. Now you got Blue 4 opening up on that position. They're pumping a bunch of smokes right now. They're staying low. And it looks like these guys are being ordered to pull back because the BRM's not finding any vehicles on that side, so it's pointless to have the infantry there. So it's like Charlie's gonna go take the position. Alpha's ready to flank, but I think they're gonna quickly realize that Sector 2 is a dud here. Because they would have had contact by now. Op 4, I don't think, set up any explosive traps either, so should be good. We're probably gonna see the explosive specialist go in first nonetheless, though. That's gonna be Malin, who has died. Okay. He had one next to his gravestone. So I guess this force is meant to just pin anything around here and make them think the main attack's coming through here, so that Op 4 reinforces this side and ignores the force coming in right here. Oh, you got the Mat Gunner here. He gets picked off, though. It's going to be the Op 4 Mat Weapon going to Blue 4, and that could help stem the tide. We're at the halfway point. 25 minutes to get to Sector 1. It is possible. But again, Op 4 is going to have a lot of stuff to move. Shots being heard. AT was just fired into Blue 4 here. Alpha now spearheading. Alright. So they've established a 360 perimeter. Malin running in now to check it for explosives, but he's not having anything go off. This force could potentially come around and flank. That BTR-80 Alpha, though, used at close range is a little risky. And then you got Gamma 2 down here, the other BTR-80 Alpha, just trying to track things. It might have eyes on the LAV.
¿Juego ahí o al pedo?
Could theoretically have eyes on each other through some of the trees there. Now, what I'm worried about is Alpha pushing in and then immediately getting flanked on both sides. Enveloping fire is a very easy way to eliminate a spearheading squad, but we do have vehicles mounted up with reinforcements coming in, elements of Delta and Echo. Bravo's still holding a defensive line over here, but I think they have an MRAP. Yeah, so they can mount that and come back in on the north and circumvent this force. Again, I just think they're trying to make Op for a set of defensive lines here, making them think that they're actually going to go through this little torrent of shrubbery and everything, so, Here's what's concerning me. Yeah. If it had ammo for the main gun, though. I think it's reloading. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, get him. Oh, God. There goes Team Rocket. And an explosive satchel goes off, and the BMP is good! Veteran use of explosive satchels here to take out that Vic as the BRM committed a defensive disabling maneuver. Now, I will admit, I'm not sure if that was technically a legal move, but I'm going to call it a pro gaming move because it's nice nonetheless. But now you got Blue 4 coming in with all hands here as the BRM pulls back. You got Blue 4 now assaulting this fortification line. Iqbal, though, is going to run right into him. Now where is Op for Iqbal? Oh, I think he hears them. Throws a grenade. Oh, Iqbal, that grenade. Wow. Alpha now holding the flank. That was a great grenade throw. Medic immediately going to work. I feel like Op Force 2 divided right here, and they're just going to get picked off. 21 minutes. Still doable, though, because the thing about having all these picket teams is it does slow everything down, but Blue 4's Alpha and Charlie are in striking range of the FOB here. If we're going to see these groups break off, we need to see more delaying actions. We need to see this force come in. This guy, though, open up with a grenade. Nope. Nice double kill. Unfortunately, Timek had a 249. Still commendable for what he did with a 30-round magazine there. Delta's still in a little bit of a pickle on the left side, so we're really relying on this spearhead here because Bravo's kind of left to their own devices over here. I was expecting them to mount up and go reinforce, but honestly, with how Blue 4's divided themselves, there's still a lot of room for Op4 to keep them at bay, especially with the internal defensive line right here. But we have another two-man picket team moving right. BRM staying, actually dismounting now. You know, this four-man team distracted by an LAV, but they don't have any AT to deal with it. I don't really know why the LAV is going on the left flank. I guess it's the cover, but that's very risky. Anyway, AT4 is fired. Looks like it hit the BRM and has disabled it. The 2 Op4 picket line is now being engaged. And there he goes. A grenade creeps up, though, and gets them both. That was by Armino here. He's double tapping just to be safe. Unfortunately, he's about to be shot in the ass by Absorbed. And that was a little bit of a bad turn there, Chief. Shinx gets disabled. Command drives up only to get BTR-80 to Alpha. There goes the Striker. Command being commendable here, just standing in this position so the Striker doesn't hurt him. Dodges the Striker shot, the 80 Alpha shot, excuse me. Seismo playing chicken with it. And Blue 4 is now within striking range of the final sector here with not a lot of stuff covering him. We do have a LAV-25 coming down, though. 80 Alpha, will it catch? Oh, it's definitely gonna catch. Gun disabled on the LAV. 80 Alpha takes significant damage, though. Driver is dead and Gunner is knocked unconscious, and that's because the LAV's armor is much higher than an 80 Alpha, but the 80 Alpha has the higher fire rate. Shins is back alive. Blue 4 now breaching into this compound. Delta trying to fold in. 17 minutes remaining. Alpha for Op4 folding in as well. I don't know, Op4 very spaced out here, but Blue 4's Alpha Charlie groups coming around the side are also running out of steam, and they're taking fire from another two-man picket team. Seem to be catching Blue 4's flank here. We just had Echo fire a mat round at that 80 Alpha. Bravo now deploying over here. Unfortunately, there is the other 80 Alpha to worry about right here, and it is looking in their direction. 16 minutes left on the clock. We'll see the 15-minute warning in just a minute. Oh no, this Op4 team also has the heavy machine gun. They got this Cord Static ready to go. So if Blue 4 try to challenge that position, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Will that Cord Static look left and potentially see people climbing on that building, though? Maybe not, because there is a lot of foliage in the way. Timek trying to roll down the window as he takes some pretty heavy fire. Another two-man picket team maneuvering around. They're running into my #1 hater. Can my #1 hater channel his inner Audrey Hotto and take... Anyway. This two-man picket team is getting cut down here, and there goes the Cord Static. Autocannon fighting with the 80 Alpha. 80 Alpha smoked. So LAV coming around to stop that 80 Alpha from intercepting Bravo. Op4 getting their pickets engaged pretty heavily, but we still have a good chunk of forces around and a pretty decent defensive team stopping what remains of that Alpha Charlie crew from coming in. You see the casualties mounted for Charlie and quite a bit for Alpha as well. And you got this three-man team still coming around, popping some grenades, but they've taken some heavy fire. RPGs being fired in that I believe is because one of them is the RPG gunner. Yep, that's Zahir. Malin, I don't know why being able to play golf properly is a skill to have in FnF, but, you know, if hitting little balls across big courses gives you an advantage, who am I to say no? Timek is indeed still up. He's on 2 kills. Looks like a lot of Blue 4 died on their advance into here. And they just killed one of the Op 4 guys in the bunker area right there. How's Brazilian Killer doing? He's on 2 kills as well. Well, I don't know how many South Americans play golf, Malin. I'm waiting to see how much Malin rages over my statements here. Ah, yes, Rabbit is touching up his dead friend, who seems to be awake for all of it. Alright, Delta's now getting into position. Blue 4 taking some heavy fire here, but we've got a full group of Op 4 getting pinned by a small Blue 4 picket team. I'm surprised we're not seeing this LAV turn around. Its gun might still be disabled. We have Bravo coming up. And it looks like the LAV tripped a tripwire. Finn trying to go on the offensive here in the open, utilizing the smoke they threw to his advantage. He spots Horrington, throws the grenade, gets them both. Beautiful. Was there a third guy? Another tripwire flare just went off. Yeah, Finn's on 2 kills. Yeah, I would call that a Kobe because he did throw something and something did explode, so yeah. Uh-oh. Live by the grenade. Don't die by the grenade. Okay, never mind. Looks like Nemesis got picked off. Finn trying to pick off other Op 4 players here. Looks like that's where he got shot. Smoke cover's running out. He throws another smoke grenade. If that was a frag. Oh my god, if that was a frag. Timek looks like he runs up and throws an explosive on one of those barracks. Op 4 doesn't have a lot of defense on point here. Blue 4 shooting their own forces, because what else is new? I think this is over. Autocannon now firing. "11 minutes remaining. Op 4 on the outskirts. More Op 4 outside of the AO than in. There's the sector timer being taken because we've got more Blue 4 in the zone than Op 4. Smokes of all types being thrown in. Timer gets thrown out. And you pretty much have Op 4 fighting for their lives. Bluck runs up, putting lead in a dead body. More autocannon fire being put in. Timer's going down. That guy tried to jump out and gets eliminated. Uh-oh. I think Harrington saw him. He tries to put the PKP in there. Did you? Oh, I was about to say, that better not be a frag. Oh, it was a frag. You're dead anyway. Yeah, there's the frag. And that was the last Op 4 defender. They somehow got a smoke grenade in the bunker wall. That's incredible. That's it. Op 4's remaining forces are all on the outskirts of the AO. LAV-25 takes an RPG hit. And now it's on fire. And Op 4 is like, nah, let them burn. Wow. I was expecting him to survive and him to die. Oh, okay. Never mind. Yeah. Never mind. And that's GG. Blue 4 win. Overall, I get what Op 4 is trying to go for. It's just they weren't able to be quick enough on their reaction time, and that's pretty much caused the GG here. GG, well played. What really helped Blue 4 win that was in the final fight. Blue 4 were actually able to take all the separated forces that they had and push them on the objective in very good cohesion. Yes, it cost them a lot on Alpha and Charlie because they made the first push in, but that bought time for the other two flanks to come in and basically seal the deal in a pretty massive surrounding, which I thought Op 4 was going to have, but it just goes to show when you attack from multiple sides and it's all coordinated, there just really isn't a defense. Because you have so many variables you have to deal with. All right. Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we? Let's go ahead and get our next round going. Don't tell Dream I caster cursed at him, by the way. It was really funny, though. I have to do it again. All right, this is round 2. Where... Let's see. Blue 4 is defending. All right. Two Blue 4. Blue 4 has... You know, and there was no number advantage there either, so it's interesting. Blue 4 has an AH-6 Little Bird, an HMG Land Rover, a pickup M2, and 2 M2 M113s, while Green 4 has 2 BRDMs, 2 Dishka static mini pods, and... Oh, okay. That's not an and there. 3 chord statics and 2 Dishka Hilux. Alright. Let me now update this command 40 times, so hopefully one of them will actually work. And what is our map now? It is Sombintan. Alright. It's about 6:25. Let me shoot a message out. Oh, where's that group chat? Hey, comma, are we live in an hour and a half or 2 hours and a half? Question mark. I'm just asking because last time we started an hour past our previous time, and I just want to make sure my schedule is in order. Comma, no rush either way, comma, I just want to know, exclamation point. Cool. That's to Karma's people. No co-hosts, because I think FnF needs the numbers to keep it even. I didn't protect Tymek. Why? Did he die towards the end? Because he made it towards the end, so... It's fine, and Everick, I agree, that was a pretty good sweep north to south. Little uncoordinated at times, but it worked out in the end. Let's see, another thing I want to update real quick. It looks like Green 4 is going to be... Alright. 1 second, let me update the mission command. Alright, just to include the communities involved. So you know which side's on what side. Bloodwing's at a Halloween party right now. So, Alright, so Op is in 2 hours and 40 minutes, okay. Yeah, so plenty of time for this. I'll be RB1. I'll be right back. Gonna get more water. Back in like 2 minutes. Do not burn the chat down again. Of course, now I know you are, but at least it gives you something to do. And now we wait for them to run the next round.
Let's give them a warm welcome, shall we?
So the karma cut-up here, I'm gonna move these. Hey, Sentu, how you doing? I'm gonna go on my schedule right now. I'm gonna bump these events by an hour apiece. So the karma cut one is at 9 now, and 11. And I didn't save for the next one, I think, because I canceled that one. Yeah, there we go. All the events going forward, and this was at 5 o'clock. Cool. Send in Goat Team 6 now. And Sentu, thanks for the tier 1 sub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Playing God, what time? Yeah. It's whatever. Jungle fever. Well, I like this song. Yeah, fine. I mean, it would fit. It is Walk in the Park. You're right. Fine. No, you're technically correct. The best kind of correct. Also, since this is a jungle map, that means all vehicles are going to be nigh useless except for direct support. Which is going to mean they're going to probably get AT'd to hell very quickly. Your immersion is ruined? Oh, well. Well, again, I mean, Blue 4 does have two M113s, but the only thing that could be useful for is amphibiously crossing the rivers here. Which, again, we could see it, it's just... What's better for a vehicle? To have Overwatch cover in an open field, or to be up close and personal with the infantry and then the enemies within 50 meters and then they just AT it, you know? It's tough. Well, Charlotte, apparently I do, because Depso put it on the rooftop of like a 3-story building with a BRDM, but apparently that was against the rules, which I will contest. That was awesome to see. Alright. Let's go ahead and see how round 2 goes, and we're gonna hear a bunch of monkeys today, aren't we? The monkey so damn loud. Alright guys, mission made by Depso. No briefing description. Game mode is going to be 2 caches to destroy. Blue 4 has the attackers. There is no prediction. Give me 1 second to fix that. Alright, our prediction here. It's going to be Blue 4 defending. Wait, no. It's Green 4 defending. And they are FnF. And the attackers are Blue 4, which is SUD. Let me verify the information real quick.
¿Cómo hago para buguear el AC? Porque ni siquiera me deja interacción personal ni me hace nada.
Ey.
No, pero no puedes sacar una. No me importa la mina, en realidad quiero la
Cool.
M4.
No, es que no vamos a poner.
O sea, no me importa. importa, mira, no importa.
Ah, yeah, stream coming in to say random stuff. But anyway,
No, es que la misión
how this game mode is going to work is the attackers have to get into these two areas here, and they're looking for 2 different caches to destroy. These are really big search zones. Wow. So one of the caches, we will always know where they are, but the attackers don't know the specific location, but I digress. Once both caches are destroyed, the attackers win. If the attackers wipe all the defenders, they also win. If the defenders can keep at least 1 cache alive by the end of the round, they win. If the defenders wipe the entirety of the attackers, they also win. Otherwise, with all of that said, let's go ahead and keep going over our mission variables here. Render distance is a little above a kilometer. Defender build points are only 75, which is 50 less than the standard 125. No magnified vision nor NVG equipment. Medium anti-tank is going to be 2 rounds per team per setting, so it looks like Blue 4 is just going to have 2 people, the AT gunner and assistant for 4 rounds total. And Echo is going to have Nem leading Yanni and Cullis, and that's also 2 people that can only take a round, so 4 AT rounds total. Otherwise, the Blue 4 as the attackers here are just police kits, so their weaponry is going to be either M4A1s or M16A4s, Glock 17s for their handguns, M249s for Alpha Bravo and Charlie's light machine gunners. Delta have the medium machine gunners with the 240 Gulfs. Light anti-tank is going to be the M136. Crew and Aviation have the choice of an MP7 or an M4A1. Nothing on crew served weapons. Blue 4 have an HMG Land Rover with 600 rounds, an M2 pickup with 900 rounds, 4 transport trucks, 2 M113s with an M2 up top with 1,500 rounds total, 2 transport Land Rovers, and we have, wow. Okay, I'm just verifying this. It only has, it's a little bird, but it's armed with a 1,300 GAU 19 pylon, which is basically a 12.7 heavy machine gun. I just want to look at it to verify. Yeah, so none of the little bird M134s. It literally just has the big boy. So that thing's going to be able to pretty much murder infantry as well as vehicles. Let's go ahead and look over at what Green 4 has. Green 4 have just generic military camouflage kits. Loadouts can be AK-74s or AKS-74 UNs. Again, with the UK rails, it gives them Eastern optics. With Zentico, it gives them Western, just whatever what they want to use. MP443 Grouches as the handgun. Alpha Bravo and Charlie auto riflemen get the RPK. Delta medium machine gunners get the PKP. Light anti-tank, this is important. For Green 4 is going to be the reloadable RPG-7. So short range in a jungle, this is definitely the light anti-tank you want because you can potentially take out 2 vehicles with it, not just 1 because you have 2 rounds. Crew and Aviation get the choice between the PP-2000 or the AKS. Nothing on crew served weapons. Their assets include 2 BRDMs, really good scout units to use in a jungle situation because they've got that KPTV and the PKT. 3 transport Urals, 3 standing cord statics, 2 Dishka miniature pods, 2 Hiluxes, with 9 magazines, what 50 each, so that's 450 rounds, 2 pickups and 6 quad bikes, possibly for their Echo to drive around as well. Otherwise, looking on the roster here, again, Blue 4 doesn't seem to have a command element. Instead, it's just going to be up to, I guess, squads working with each other. So, Hormatron leading Alpha 1 with Matt, Juango, Daniel, Biker, Eric, and Raymond all together. Alpha 2 has Sentu, Gaston, and Miguel together. Layden is leading Bravo with Norval. Marksman rifle for Blue 4 is going to be the Mark 11, the desert camouflage, interesting. Mario and Mendia also under him. Bravo 1 has Ons leading Sakov, excuse me, Cabo, Riz, Cooper, excuse me. The names are cut off. Red Engineer and Martinez. Zahir is going to be leading Bravo 2 with Edward, Fasando. If I am butchering these, I apologize. Choke, Chris Docker, and Shins. Charlie's going to be led by Yaro with Armino as the marksman. Charlie 1 being led by Jorev with Matiu, Marcos, Maxwell, Killer, and Tobias. Charlie 2 being led by Stowe. I think it's actually Lobo. With Bex, Giovanni, Cond, Reynolds, and Matteo. Zendix leading Delta with Captain Sandia being the 2IC, Happy Miller being the medic, Rennie being a marksman, and Solonaut being one of the 240 gunners. Other 240 gunners are going to be Frencho and Alpha with Dark Vest. Oh, wait, yeah. Dark Vest, that's it, leading them, and then Nico and Gallo being an Echo Hunter Killer team with the AT, and then Dark Meme is going to be the pilot for the AH-6 Little Bird. Green 4 otherwise going to be commanded by Curie, probably the liaison that set up this entire event in the first place. NASA going to be leading Alpha with Settler's a very cool guy as his marksman rifle for Green 4. I'm going to have to come in here to see it. It's going to be an SVD. All right. Pogo underscore being the medic for Alpha Actual. Alpha 1 be led by Bluck with Timex, Giovanni, Depso, Vagrant, Roland, Kermit, and Brazil Killer here. No Alpha 2. Looks like Alpha 1 and Alpha 2 merged. So Bravo has Bravo 1 merged with Bravo Actual. So it's Patriot leading Alexander, Blazer, FR, Sam, Finney, Lolo, and Seismo. Bravo 2 being led by Ash with Friesno, Legend, Tackleberry, Rocky JRT, and Harana. Charlie has merged everything together, so it's Nick leading Mr. Hater with Geese, Puma, Daedalus, Malin, Carbine, Zoni, Absorbed, Korvac, and Artisan. Delta has Bates leading with Norris as the, not the 2 I see. I'm assuming that's the medic role because that's a base AK. But otherwise, Iqbal going to be leading... No, okay, so Deb and Iqbal are going to be medium machine gunners because they have the PKP, and Eagle has the assistant role, and Kabubi and Voth... Nope, it's Kabubi and Harrington have the PKPs for Delta 2, and then Voth is going to be an assistant. And then Echo has a 4 full-man team now. It's Nemesis leading Yanni. Yanni's going to be the gunner for the AT weapon, and then Collis and Finn are going to be his assistants. Otherwise, that is pretty much it. Blue 4... have a few different choices. They've got a dirt road that branches off into 2 paths into this AO. Only really 1 major path, but then they can also use the 113s to drive around. But this is going to be the main area of contention, is that MSR, because driving through the jungle is a pain in the butt. Now, give me 1 second. Okay. Sorry, I'm just planning the rest of the evening here. We also have a bridge over here, so Blue 4 could use that. And then we have a second bridge right here, and that's how they'd come in. So we also have a 3rd set of bridges to the south, and then another set of bridges back here. Wow, so Green 4... Honestly, Green 4 just sending the BRDMs down, because if I recall correctly, the BRDMs are amphibious, but let me quickly check on that. Can float, yes. So, they are amphibious vehicles with that. But just sending one down the MSR and then another one like on the northern side wouldn't be a bad call. The thing about this AO, though, is... there's just a lot of ways. The BRDMs could literally just go this route, and if they don't run into contact, then one can just take this bridge and follow along the south, and the other one can go left and follow along the bridge until they find the contact. And then Green 4 can just coordinate their defense accordingly. This AO is definitely a lot more restricted than the other one. So... I feel like the advantage definitely does go to Green 4, but that AH-6 Little Bird, I think, is going to be a little more powerful than we're letting it on to believe. But with FnF, when we have certain assets in play, especially with a lot of ammo, I'm a little wary about shouting them out because I don't know how well they're going to do, but anything goes, you know? Is there any op planned after this match? COG is going to be in 2 hours and 15 minutes. They're going to be doing another airfield capture, and we've made the AO a little tougher than last week. After that, because I'll have a little bit of time, I might be able to do my my video editing in between so I can free up some space, and then I can go right into mission dev. But we'll see. Any spooky ops soon to play? Yep. They're on the calendar, Charlotte. They'll be announced 2 days beforehand, like every other operation.
La ventaja, sabemos en qué casa están...
Looks like
las
Layden
cajas
under
para
Bravo is
detonar,
taking
¿ok?
command here.
Tenemos que pushar, supresión, full auto, suprimir y avanzar. No nos
You know
podemos
Spanish.
detener a pelear 2 horas porque nos van a
Yo sé
desgastar y
que-
nos van a comer tiempo.
Micrófono.
Así que necesitamos eso, que jueguen agresivos y rápidos, ¿ok? Entonces, vamos a intentar pushar hasta el medio de la zona donde está marcado el cuadrado y ahí vamos a atacar la zona 2 en malón, literalmente en malón, y después nos vamos a ir para la zona, para lo que es el mini Fallujah, el Dachau, ¿ok? Ahí es malón. Yo entiendo y entiendan también que es un mini Fallujah. No nos podemos poner a despejar, lamentablemente, casa por casa, porque no terminamos más y no nos va del tiempo. Sabemos dónde está la caja, tenemos que ir ahí, como sea, pechando. No se apilen porque van a haber minas antipersonal por todos lados, seguro. Así que uno avanza y si detona la mina, atrás va el otro. Es así, no tenemos opción, ¿ok? Tenemos que pechar, ir, destruir las 2 cachés y ganar la misión. Esa es nuestra tarea. ¿Va a estar complicado? Sí, va a estar complicado. Pero si vamos todos juntos avanzando, suprimiendo, tomen distancia en las formaciones, vayan a 7 metros, 10 metros. Las formaciones bien amplias, ¿ok? Para que nadie quede encerrado. Y a lo que vean contacto, tírenle todos. El que no tiró la misión pasada, sáquese la leche ahora. Tírenle todo lo que sean los contactos que tengan, ¿ok? Rematen los cuerpos en el piso, pues los tipos tan duros, hay que rematarlo
Ahí en la zona marqué el
cabeza,
edificio del
varios
caché.
tiros.
El edificio del caché está marcado en azul. Fíjense, hacen zoom, está ahí.
Bien, ahí en ese, ahí, y la otra es una choza que posiblemente la van a
La otra son
reforzar.
3 chozas, la
seguro.
otra no sé cuál era, pero bueno.
Sí, la van a reforzar
Fallujah.
ahí. Bien, pero no es Fallujah, ¿ok?
¿Cuál es la larga, Leighton?
La larga es 40 para los mandos.
Vale.
Inicialmente ellos tienen muchos vehículos, así que vamos a ir rápido con los vehículos hasta donde dice LZ All, ahí nos bajamos y ya empezamos a movilizarse. Apenas se bajen del vehículo, avancen, no se frenen y se pongan a ver quién es el 2, quién es el 4, el 3, quién va por aquí. Avance la formación, es un malón, una guerrilla, unas pirañas, ¿ok? Solo tomen la separación y avancen, no perdamos tiempo. Cualquier metro que perdemos en esta misión es tiempo. Nos queda 1 minuto 20. Súbanse
Vamos que se puede,
a
vamos que
los
se puede,
vehículos.
vamos que
Sí,
se puede.
vamos que se
Que los
puede.
de atrás vayan
Vamos,
pillados,
vamos,
no que estén los
vamos,
vámonos.
Solo acá vehículo.
Se te uva
Hay
el vehículo.
puntos, sí, pero no vamos a ir la mitad para uno y la mitad para otro.
Bueno, ya no nos tiran, vamos a ver.
Vamos acá para el segundo, todo va rápido.
So I'm gonna assume that was a pep talk. They're going to rush the objective. Yes.
Vamos, apuren.
Yes. We're gonna see a Pierce rush. I want to see a Pierce rush so bad. Literally just rush the objective. Yes. Absolutely. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it plays out. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm rooting for them, but at the same time, this isn't an AO you can rush. It is, honest to God, not an AO you can rush, because there's no direct line into the AO, there's no overlapping route that can't be locked down by the defense. So the only way this can be successfully rushed is if the defenders sleep. And just... But what would they do in the meantime? It's... You know what? It's fine. It's fine. I believe in them. Let's see him do it. Ah, yes, Miguel. They're leaving him a transport truck, though, so it'll be fine. Alright, let's go, Blue 4. Odds are 2-1, not in their favor. One second. One second. Okay. They're just gonna go right in. Well, if they bring the M113s, Green 4 is going to hear them coming. What I do want to see is this little bird just start, like, diving in and doing strikes. But alright, this is going to be a bit of a lengthy infantry rush because they still have to move 2 kilometers. When I think of rush, I literally think of just driving up to, like, you know, within a click of the AO and then dismounting and then just charging in. But this is a little messier. But at the same time, you can't really rush a jungle objective. But I do appreciate they're breaking off into their squads. They're making this massive battle line. Let's see how they do. And I'm going to be honest, FnF might not expect this, because there is no Pierce on their side. So how can Kiri plan for a Pierce play if he doesn't know... Actually, here's the thing. They don't know who the commander is, because no one took the command role. So do you really think that a non-command side can coordinate such an effective infantry push of secret human wave tactics? This is going to be forever coined as the secret Pierce play. And here's the deal, guys. Pierce plays rarely work, but they are still, like a broken clock, right at least twice a day. I'm ready. We hear the little bird shooting. Now, what is it shooting at? That's a very good question. It looks like it's done moderate damage to this wooden bridge with its 50 cal rounds on that GAU 19. So that bridge, I mean, very vital to Green 4's defensive line and logistics. And I don't think Green 4 are going to be using that bridge anytime soon, because now it's not up to OSHA standard because of all the holes in it. True story. All right, so we got Blue 4 just sweeping the entire line here. The little bird is a distraction. Absolutely. Unfortunately, guys, if a little bird does a strafe in the jungle and there are no Green 4 around to hear it, does that strafe cause any Green 4 reaction whatsoever? So you got this Blue 4 line down here. It's okay, guys. They're on their way, all right? Like George R.R. Ogren, one of my favorite meme characters in all of Darktide, he will eventually write the book. Did they try to write the word help?
I'm looking at your trenches. Does that say Liru?
Oh! There's the U. One second.
It looks like Liru, doesn't it?
I'm poking Fresno.
Hey, Dream. What do you got against Liru today?
Lolo, what does it say?
Lolo,
Okay.
what are you doing?
You can see it.
Sure to dispel the last.
The tree's in the way.
I'm kind of humbled by that, to be honest. I forget how much of an impact I have in these places. Malin, come on. Come on, this is good. Don't get anyone in trouble for this. I like it. It lightly strokes my ego, okay? Especially after people spawn like dozens of wolves to kill me in DayZ today, okay? That gives me a little bit of a confidence boost. If that's used to defeat you, I hope it is. Oh my god. Don't worry, Blue 4's on its way. Eventually. They're over there. You can see them marching. Karma's people just sent me a new mod set, and I'm just replying with, well, I hope the mission file's compatible with it. Okay. 1 second, I'm handling this, and, you know, we got a little bit of stuff to go with there.
If you're watching behind me, can you get up over on my left side and watch the north with me? 2 eyes is better than 1. Oh. You are your own.
Aye, aye, aye. No, they're saying the mod set's still good, so it's all good. 3CB mission devs would have a stroke if we ever changed the mod set. Yeah, it's fair. I'm gonna be honest. One of the main reasons I only do paid jobs these days is because if they decide to change things last second, I just kind of look at it and go, well, okay. By all means, buddy. It's your money. Will admit, COG is, I think, the only non-paid one I do these days anymore, but that's because when you work with, you know, other YouTubers that have massive followings, it helps to keep your name out there. And of course, there's a few handful. Yeah, there's a handful of YouTubers I would never work with for various reasons, but you know, yada da. Karma's one of the good ones. And there's plenty of the bad ones out there. I love. He's just chilling in the. I'm taking a picture of this. I'm sending it to Bloodwind. I wonder if the helicopter is going to see that and go, what the hell is that? It's a massive enemy fortification. Alright, meanwhile, Blue Force still coming in. Again, the 113s. I mean, let's do a little test here. I can hear them literally a kilometer out. Is when it starts to come in. Here, let me 1 second. Prove a point. You can faintly hear them. Like, actually, you can even start to hear them right now. Yeah, kilometer away. Anyway, back to the music.
Yeah, vehicles are up north.
Yep, they just called them out.
You can hear them. I'd say about northwestish, kind of, but it's more.
Oh, so I wanted to look at a little gun position I saw. That's Vagrant. They got the Dishka miniature pod right. Well, it was right there, but now it appears to not be there. Classic FnF. So here's my real question, though. At what point are these units going to fold around? Because we're going to see the same situation we saw last round, where Green 4 is really spread out right now because they didn't commit anything to try to find anything other than this right flank. So are these guys now going to go around? Where are the BRDMs to now go around, you know? Like, I feel like Blue 4 can now just steamroll this, but we'll see how effective this first blocking position is. I mean, that's a really nice Dishka position.
Just
We'll have to see.
block break. Up.
Oh, now they're in the open. But did he see them? I don't think so.
Break. This is Alpha. We've movement north opposition. Other side of the river. Fuck my life.
Other side of the river? That's Ron, Chief. So what does he see past this almighty tree? What? Oh, I think he got a call out from these guys seeing them when they thought this is past the river. Point of view.
The northeast were on land.
This poor Dishka. What is it? It's possessed. The monkeys keep trying to grab it. Fresno, I'm so sorry. I didn't cast a curse in though. I saw the sign. See, the sign pleases me. And therefore, I might not cast or curse anyone today. Except Zendix. Zendix got shot in the open multiple times. Uh-oh. Well, that was the wrong position, but that's okay. Here comes the Spanish Inquisition. Now, what would be really useful here are some picket lines to help basically... Actually, no. Blue 4 is too well supported right here. Maybe picket lines attacking the flank, but directly in the way. You already see Blue 4 pushing forces directly up here to stop them. Oh, and he gets headshotted. Huntayar looking around. Bro didn't have any ammo in his gun. That or he had a... He had his, whatchamacallit on. His safety. Bro, pop some grenades and run. Pop frags, pop a few smoke, and run. Hell, he's got the Huntayar coming right next to him. Let me show you guys what happens when a Huntayar lands. It's really cool. Anyway. We got fluffers over here. And Little Bird's still flying overhead. So Green 4, we're seeing them starting to push forces around, possibly to envelop this Blue 4 element here. Blue 4, meanwhile, is skirting around the first objective, running right into this defensive line out here. They could very well catch Green 4 in various groups here and just defeat them in detail at this point. I know, Fresno. I'm sorry, buddy. I think they're calling him out. Here comes the shots. Choke, unfortunately choked. Little Bird has no idea where to strafe. Look at all of that blue 4 infantry, though, and look at how thin that green 4 defensive line is. Look at this solid defensive line here. The only risk we have at the moment is the green 4 forces coming around here doing this wide flank. Oh. Well, that's a little unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. Something else just exploded. Looks like explosive satchels were placed. And now you got some green on green going on. Matt blows someone away with that 249. Smoke's going around defensively. Green 4 have a wedge formation right here. Ooh. They are just trading left and right here. Kermit gets a kill. Grenades are thrown up. Green 4 getting cut down. Yeah, this other group over here. Little Bird now doing random strikes in smoke. I feel like Green 4's in a lot of trouble this round. Oh, might have, yeah, anyway. Oh. Well, I'm sure Kermit's fine. See? He's beating around the bush here. Oh, we got a BRDM that's pushed up. I'm sure it's engaging a lot of hostiles at the moment. Yeah, I mean, definitely. Was that to, like, pump you up? Was that to hype you up to do the run? What was the point of that? You're gonna do it again? I love how Miguel has chosen this to be his nice little spot, you know? He's just relaxing. Nothing can hurt him inside this giant lunchbox. And I love how Green 4 hasn't checked this for bodies. So the main lines come up here. Green 4 have pretty much bulldozed through some of it. There's only a handful of it remaining. So I guess these guys are going to go and hit that AO and then maybe double back? I don't know. But what I'm worried is now it's just a giant ball of forces here, and we could see Green 4 attack on multiple different fronts. Can Dream channel his inner Audrey Hotto and explode? Damn it. Anyway. Oh, I'll give it to him. He didn't explode. No, it was my #1 hater, apparently. I love panic shooting. Do it again, I wasn't... Oh, no, he's dead. Oh, no, he's dead, too. Is this guy dead? The answer may surprise you.
350 y algo.
No, they're dead. That's Zoni. Zoni's not dead. You, however... No, he's fine. How's Settler doing? Ooh, Settler's in a really good position. He's gonna get a lot of headshots here. He's looking around. He's scoped in. Might be tunnel vision. I just heard something off to his right. Settler, is your right okay? Settler's right was not okay. It was the opposite of okay. Settler's dead. Miguel is still vibing in the back of that 113. He is indeed our savior. This guy over here, he's about to get zonied. Wow, Zoni got him without even shooting that time. It's funny because Green 4 is shooting their own dudes again. It's okay, Green 4 will finish what Blue 4 started. Fresno, I'm gonna be honest, if you were alive, you probably would be shooting at your own buddies right now, so don't worry about it. Charlie's on Overwatch. All of Blue 4 is starting to descend into this AO, so they'll eventually find that cache and then turn around and go hit the rest of everything. Alright. You know, I'm waiting for it. Miguel is going to rise up like a phoenix. And then he's going to sneak into this AO and he's going to Iron Man it. Solo. Has the little bird done anything yet? Survey says... no kills. But I believe in the little bird. So I think Blue 4 split off Alpha to attack the town, not realizing that Green 4 had a massive defensive cluster in there, and Alpha got more or less wiped. Oh, speaking of wiping, Korvac's about to wipe 2 Blue 4 guys. Open up with the grenade first. They're learning. Oh my god, they're actually learning. Yes. Now the enemy doesn't know where the explosion came from. And that allows you time to potentially maneuver or run with your tail between your legs. I mean, hey, if it works. So this is going to be our halfway intermission point. This force is going to potentially descend on the forces over here and take them out, leaving only this force right here. So Green 4 might be able to get the upper hand here. Honestly, Blue 4 should have encircled this town and come in and taken it and then spearheaded out and hit this objective, because by going in between both objectives, they've really let Green 4 kind of reposition themselves entirely to reform their defensive line. So now it's going to be a lot tougher for Blue 4 to win this. Now you're hearing suppressive fire from a BRDM. That's the PKT. Just to get Blue 4 to go away. Or pin them so this massive sweeping force can come in. Bro, we're sleeping on Miguel here. He's gonna kill people, man. I'm hyping it up. I'm ready. I'm ready to see it. Sounds like Blue 4 found the cache. And they've destroyed it. So now they need to race back and reinforce their lines so they're not too far spread out, but Green 4 have a massive force to come in from the north and potentially eliminate this force beforehand. So who is going to get their forces on target first? Blue 4 to reinforce or Green 4 on the cut-off Blue 4 position? I'm also surprised the little bird hasn't been strafing the town. How's Miguel doing? Our round of Miguel checks here. He is still upside down. How you doing, buddy? How's the family? Ah, Miguel's fine. Sometimes life goes ahead and turns you around upside down, and there's just not much you can do about it. Meanwhile, Korvac, now in the middle of the Blue 4 line, he just got another kill. I feel like Korvac's going to get a lot of kills here. He's perfectly sandwiched himself in between the Blue 4 forces here. He could steal that 249.
Tall tree, thick.
Oh, if he were to take that 249. Mwah. Yes. Yes, Korvac. Yes, no. Korvac.
Yeah, there's one more. Two more. Got it.
Korvac, please. You've been handed a gift. Oh no, he took too long. And he ran into the open. And Korvac appears to have been shot. And Maxwell appears to have been shot. Korvac's back up. Play dead, buddy. That's the opposite of playing dead. What are you doing? Jesus Christ. Dream Buddy, thank you for the raid. How is my #1 hater doing? Yes, let the hate flow through you, Dream. And I think Voth just got the headshot. It's not crediting him with... Oh, there it is. I don't know, this Blue 4 is reinforced, but Green 4 is starting to harass on all sides. There's still a lot of Green 4 in the final town. Looks like Absorb just absorbed that guy into the fold. Curie in the command PRDM. Edward's unconscious, but now we have a 113 coming up. and knocked Kiri out with a 249. That's amazing. Dream, I think this is almost done. We got 20 minutes remaining. And I think AT just, well, there goes Kiri. Blue Force still have a pretty sizable number. Looks like they're folding around. Wait a second. Facundo. He's heading out on foot. Very risky move here. Miguel checked. Miguel is still in the 113. I think he has just stayed AFK. Anyway, looking back, we've got Honda here is about to find Mr. Absorbed and Zoni. Now, is Cone gonna A, use a grenade, B, run up to his enemies and shoot him in the back of the head, or C, see them, freak out, and panic fire? Survey says... Oh, done. Oh my god, no, he's actually gonna... He's waiting. Done. Dun 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 dun. The geese is lease. Here comes the geese. Well, that's not how I was expecting that to play out, but, you know. Did Absorb just get blown up by his... Okay, never mind. Anyway, Blue Force now down in the low ground. AT goes out. It's near the 113, but it is not a direct hit. Where's that other guy that pushed in? Oh, he's dead. Okay. Heavy fire coming in. Green 4 can still flank around on the left side. Dream will be doing Daisy tomorrow at noon Eastern Standard Time. .15 minutes of play. AT coming in, and you also have the Little Bird shooting down structures. Sniped the cash building. The Little Bird sniped the cash. So that's what the Little Bird was doing the entire time, was just looking for the damn... Oh my god. That's awesome. All right, we'll be back in 90 minutes for Karma Cuts COG. So thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. We'll be doing Daisy tomorrow at noon, Dream, in case you want to come see me and give me a hug. And otherwise, cheers, guys. Have a good one, and go operate operationally.